Got questions about Islam? Well, one hotline may have your answers. The toll-free number 877-WHY-ISLAM is plastered on billboards across the country, created by the Islamic Circle of North America. It's an effort to counter anti-Muslim stereotypes. Joining us now to talk about this new campaign is Afis Mustafa, a volunteer who answers call to the hotline. Good morning, Asif.
Good morning.
Okay. So why and whose idea was this?
Well, I think the big mystery in the U.S. is that, there's been a serious deficiency in getting out the message of Islam. People have been hearing a lot of snippets about what Islam is from various people that are either Muslims or non-Muslims, and, people have put their own biases. We're out there just basically to say, reach out to us. We've put this number out there, the hotline, and to try and get the facts about Islam straight from the people who actually practice it and people who are actually American.
So you man the hotlines. How many calls have you gotten?
We get calls, depending on the campaigns that we have in terms of the billboard, and we've had on buses and subways. We've had, we can get many calls a night to a few calls a night. So it all depends, and also what is the hot topic of the day, whether it's a Ground Zero Mosque or whether it's the month of Ramadan, which we are going through right now.
So those are the most popular questions people are asking?
Questions, we've opened it up. Obviously, I just want to make sure that when you call WhyIslam, 877-WhyIslam, we're not a political hotline. We're not out there to give any fatwas. We're not out there to, we have any type of agenda or to put anybody down. All we're trying to do is foster dialogue with the common people so that the grassroots level understands what true Islam is. We have our brochures that we give out to people in many languages that we have. We offer a free Quran for people to say, get the facts straight. People don't realize that Islam is the same religion that Abraham brought down, that Moses brought down, and that Jesus brought down. And in the Quran here itself is a whole chapter devoted to Mary. So, people don't realize that. They hear these things about Islam, and automatically in these snippets and these sound bites, and they make these judgments, which we are trying to obviously...
Well, it's interesting that you say, there are conspiracy theorists out there who would accuse you of using this as a recruiting tool. And when you hear stuff like that, what goes through your mind? Absolutely.
We've got calls, people saying, why are you doing this in America? Go back to your own country. And I'm like, I've been here for 35 years. I'm an American. I was raised in Canada. I work, in Wall Street. I do everything. I have the same issues. I have the families. And we're just here trying to practice our faith. And in America, you can have that opportunity. So why should we're not out there, like I said, to promote an agenda. We're just trying to inform people.
So when you hear from, let's say, people who are running for president at this time saying, I won't appoint a Muslim to my cabinet, or I fear Sharia law and I'm going to sign a pledge so that never goes into effect in the United States, how does that make you feel?
Our objective is not to get into this political
But
domain.
Doesn't that add
Absolutely.
to the...
That's what we're trying to demystify. We try to break down the essence. Look, Islam is got 1.5 billion people all over the world. Islam has had a lot of progressive movement. Do not judge Islam by so-called Muslims who profess to be the people who propagate the faith. Unfortunately, a lot of them have radical views, and which we're not. We don't condone at all. So we want to make sure that people understand when they call 1-877-WHY-ISLAM, and I encourage them to call and say, get a free Quran, look for yourself. There's more mention of Jesus and Muhammad and Moses in the Quran than there is actually of Muhammad. And, we're out here just American to practice a freedom of religion, and we're just trying to educate people to say, if you really have a question, please do not be fearful of the fact that you don't know. Pick up and call, order a Quran. We have a lot of these brochures in many languages that we hand out to people and on different topics, and we try to make it simple for people in that sense.
I can tell you're very passionate about it, and of course you give your time freely and voluntarily, and thank you so much for doing it.
And it's our job to get the message out, and that's why I do it.
Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.